Hello, hello. I'm just getting ready. I'm just getting everything sorted, including turning off quite a few things and turning on some other things, including my own brain. I've seemed to have lost my ruler, which is a shame because I had a purpose for it today. Um, I don't know where that has gone. I found my paper though, so swings and roundabouts. I found my paper, lost my ruler. Don't know why, just happened. So I'm going to go through my craft box here and see both what we have and also what we have retained from last time. First, yes, you are, Tay. We usually have a bit of a slower start on a Friday because I think that a lot of people have a lot of things to do on a Friday. We usually have a lower start and we just have a slower start and we have a quieter stream in general. So don't panic. That is that box. This is this box. This is the decoupage box. Oh, I found the ruler. Okay, sweet. Let's get the decoupage box out. I'm going to make a card using the same pattern as I did last time. And camera is not ready. We are. There we go. And also the timer needs editing because I couldn't get onto Stream Elements earlier. Actually arrived to stream in really good time, but then a bunch of technical issues happened. Which is a shame, because I liked being on time for once. So we're going to change as we do to 7 sprints, short break 2 minutes, long break 5 minutes. And then that will cover us for the rest of the stream. Panics. Tay, you're here now. You're here now. We got you. So I'm going to do, as I said, I'm going to do the card in much the same fashion that I did the last card. With decoupage and then a small watercolor in the middle. I think that looks really good for the other card. Where I put the other card, I can't remember. I think I put it in this large book to flatten it out, or I put it in a large sketchbook. There we go. Here it is. That's what I made last time. You remember? And then I put in this weird little insert. But that's what I made last time. So I'm going to make another one of these in a different style. And I'm going to make it, because I learned a few things from doing it last time. I'm going to make it a little bit more. I'm going to sand the paper to make things stick a bit better. What's that? That is 240. This is 240. Let's take that little scrap. And I'm going to, sorry, there's a lot of stuff in this craft box that's just like mixed up with a bunch of other stuff that it shouldn't be mixed up with. But that's what happens when you get into crafting, isn't it? You're going to end up with a bunch of stuff that doesn't really belong here, doesn't really belong there, but it is there. I'm going to need some watercolor paper. Well, did I put it on sketch paper last time? No, I must have put it on watercolor paper. I have plenty of it. And then I cut it to size, which both reinforces it and also makes it a bit better. Makes the card a bit better. So for this, I need this and that and this and that and this and this and this, and I will need a rubber and I will need a sharpener and I will need a pencil, like a pencil on the floor. This is my box of sticky stuff, which has no place in the craft box because I'm out of space in the craft box. So the box of sticky stuff lives underneath my bed, which sounds very suspicious. But we're mimicking the one that we've done, so let's actually get the one that we've done out and keep it out. so that I can use it as a bit of a template. Oh, there we are. Hello, hello. We are prepared for stream. Finally, we are prepared for stream. My goodness. We've got my paintbrushes up here. I do need, yeah, my bigger rubber, which I left up here. Wunderbar. So these are both birthday cards, because two people in my life, two very lovely, treasured people in my life, both have birthdays. Well, three, actually, if you include Pale. Which I didn't know it was his birthday. He didn't tell me. I mean, he's probably told me before, but you need to tell me, like, the day before. Because my mind is awful at dates. I am that person that forgets anniversaries and things. I am that person. So I'm awful, awful, awful with dates. And so the music isn't playing. Why is the music not playing? Is that better? Hopefully that's better. Okay. I'm here. My hair is too tight and it's irritating me, so I'm going to take it out. But I am here. Hello, hello. Stream is running. Things are working. Lovely. The microphone needs to be a bit closer to me. I've noticed that in the past couple of streams, I've not done very well with that. And I need to have the stream preview open so I can see what I'm putting underneath the camera and what I'm not putting underneath the camera. Limited to, but not including myself. Okay, this I thought had a dent in it. Ah, it does have a dent in it, so this will be the front. So I can disguise the dent. Got some ink on this Viking history ruler, which is really annoying because I like to use the rulers to flatten things down, but as I do that I was leaving ink streaks on it, which was really inefficient. Okay, so I learnt last time that this little bit needs to be slightly further in to account for the bend in the paper. I also did it with an X-Acto knife, but I think that there's not much point in me doing that. Because it didn't really end up with sharper corners than if I did it with my pair of scissors. Is the music playing? It's not coming through my headphones. Ah, there it is. Turn my headphones up a smidge. Just a smidge. There we are, all set. So, as with the last card, I keep the border and decoupage it, and then I cut out the middle and back it with something that I've done, so that you end up with this as the card. I'm not going to bother with an insert on this one. I don't like the insert that I put in on this one, but I've stuck it in so well, there's not much point in me taking it out. And so I may try and get it out, we'll see. Or I may stick something over it. I may stick another piece of the watercolour paper over it, like that, which would further reinforce it, but does waste a bit of watercolour paper. But this one's for my mother, so it doesn't have to be, like, hugely perfect, because my mother would love me if I gave her a mud pie. I want to make it as perfect as possible for her, don't get me wrong. But I'm not going to throw away the project, you know what I mean? Come on, stabby stab. Can I get a stabby stab on this? Without warping it? Don't tell Twitch I have scissors. Just open this up a smidge. Et voila. This sounds a little bit Western, this one. Yeehaw. As I go through today, I'm going to be working on the playlist, the peppy versus calm playlist, for the different moods of stream. Sorting out Game Chops' calm versus peppy music. Okay, lovely. And I'm not going to stretch that out. I'm going to come back in this way. My teachers always used to say that I was good at cutting and sticking. I just want to say they lied. I'm never on target. Ever on target. What's terrible about this is that as you cut, it gets flimsier, which makes it hard to cut. Maybe I should have done the X-Acto knife. As long as I get straight enough lines, I'll be happy. The rest can be disguised with the decoupage, can't it? The decoupage print I'm using, I've not used on stream before. I actually bought it for another project for the same person that I'm making this for, which is kind of wild. Okay, the sides definitely need neatening up. Neatening up. That little indent that I've done I will disguise rather than cutting back into, because I'm going to gouge it and be a silly, silly goose about it. We are good enough border? I hope so. Yeah, I'd say that's good enough border. Right, scissors go away, these go away. This doesn't need to be open. I need the sanding, which is going to help me hopefully stick it a bit better than on the other one. The other one got laminated, which means it started to come apart. Doesn't feel like you're making any scratches, but you are. Here we go. Ready for sticking. A window into Noots' soul. That's me! Is my soul a butterfly? That's the other window I made. I do think that I need an extra bit of card, but maybe not an insert. So I'll think about that. This is the decoupage print we're using today. It's so new that it's not even come out of the packet, which is wild. An adventure one. How you doing, B? It's good to see you. What do you think? Pretty? I think pretty. Oh, maybe I have used some of this. Look. There's a smaller piece there. Yeah, there's supposed to be 3 sheets in there, and I've only pulled out 2. 1 and a bit. Frozen burrito, but still cute. This is good! Glad to hear it. You can frozen burrito anytime, bud. I'm gonna need some water, which I'm just gonna fetch in a bit. Right now, I don't need it, though. Okay, so I'm going to cut this into strips. I love the little pirate ship. I want to have the pirate ship on there for sure. So let's cut this into strips. No, I'm tempted to glue it down first and then cut it off. I think that might suit this better. Now, I remember the paper warped last time, but that I stuck to my guns. The paper warped, but I didn't panic about it, and then when I pressed it, it went back to normal. So don't panic if the paper warps. I want it to be a continuous border. I kind of do. But let's get the pirate ship on there, because I badly want the pirate ship on there. Just in the corner up there. Beautiful. Then if I wet the top, I will hopefully be able to pull this off. Jinx! I'm never over that clip. How you doing? How's it, Jinx? I'm gonna put this on in one big piece and then cut it out, I think. For continuity. I really like it. I think I'm gonna keep this whole. And then I'll save the pieces that I do cut out and use them in another project that needs a little bit of yellow highlight. Also, I'm fully aware that I'm gluing this to my desk, but it should come free because it's tissue paper. Okay, here we go. One big stick. May have some wrinkles in it, especially on this side. This side wants to wrinkle. I want to keep that pirate ship. Oh, I want to keep that pirate ship. Beautiful. Paint over the top. Stick it down. Definitely some wrinkles on this one, but to be honest, putting it down in one big piece, I was asking for wrinkles. We'll see how many we can buff out. That side's not really sticking. Okay, I'm coming in to cut off the excess, which I'll start from here, I think. Very weird angle to cut from. These are hair cutting scissors, so they're really sharp. Here we go. That side just isn't sticking. Look at that. It's just come loose completely. What happened? Why this side no stick? I didn't sandpaper it enough. I'm fairly sure I put glue on it. Maybe it wasn't enough. Because it's water glue, you have to saturate it, which is why the paper goes weird. It's not the best decoupage I've ever done. But you know what? We love the imperfections. Reminds me of that old Irish thing where it says, when you do knitting, because you're creating knots, you're sewing magic into it. And you should always leave a mistake. so that any bad magic can get out. I'm alive! Oh, bless you, Jinx. How does alive feel right now? How do Newts? I'm good. I'm feeling well, thank you. I'm holding my nerve again because the paper is majorly warping. I remind myself what happened with the first thing that I did. It warped, then I fixed. Keep this paper, because decoupage paper is expensive. And this print's lovely, even if I want to use it for small little purposes or something. I should use it all up. I reckon I can brush some of those out. Some of the wrinkles down here, I reckon I can get them out. Let's curve around the paper first, though, as we did with the last one. And try not to glue it to the desk. I did that last time. That's the wrong side of the paintbrush I just dipped in. How are you doing, pal? No, do you have a bone folder? What does that mean? A bone folder? Life feels like laying horizontal on the sofa after today. Oh, bless you, Jinx. Well, I mean, it's been not only a hard day, but a hard week for you. So you relax, buddy. Now, even though I didn't sand this, it appears to be sticking quite well, which is nice. Curve Street Bone Folders Leather Crafts. What is that? Oh, it says page not found. Why? Why page not found? It won't show me. It just says page not found. I want to know. What is it? Let's try copying the link properly. All good. Oh, I don't. I don't at all. I would like one. I use a ruler for that. I've just been using my Viking history ruler that I bought at a cathedral on a family holiday like a century ago. I love papercraft and I love cross-stitch, but I do think that that love comes partially from the fact of how easy I find them and how much I can switch my brain off. My brain just went wandering then, that's why I went silent. I was going relaxed. Do you think that a bone folder would be a good idea for a craft like this? Okay, that is donezo. But very, very wet. And still needs a trim. Very wet and still needs a trim is... They go together, don't they? Push the air bubbles out and push the paper to the card to ensure good stickativity. Ooh! I will consider getting one, Pale. Thank you for the recommendation. I appreciate it. Alright, keep smacking the mic. The mic is supposed to be close to me, but maybe not within smacking distance. So that's where the fold of the card is. So this stuff has got to go. Though, I didn't fold it over on the other card. I might keep it. I didn't fold it over on the other card, and I was left with this odd gap, which I didn't like. Let's keep it, and then if I hate it, I can X-Acto knife it off later. Okay. Okay. So that needs to dry a smidge before it is put in a book to be pressed. How fucking dare you, Stream Elements? That one is gold. What happened? Quote 598? I forget the real word. No worries. I had an issue with Stream Elements earlier. Oh, that's so reassuring that you have also had an issue with Stream Elements. Because I couldn't edit the widget. I managed to edit it. That's why we know it's break time right now, but... Please do mind me. Fuck's sake. I do need to think about what I say on stream. That is a thing. That needs to be folded down, but also not stick. I should get some baking paper for stuff like this, some non-stick paper. But let's leave it like that to dry for now on this book. I will pop it off to the side, and then we will get ready to do our watercolour. Fuck your colon, Pale. What was happening to you that day, and why did I double down? If your colon was already being difficult, why did I double down? How did we miss one? Did we? Unless it got deleted, I don't think you can miss one, because you quote add, you don't quote dictate what it's going to be. Let's use this piece of paper to measure it. Nice that we've made 2 cards now, because then I know what this measurement should be. Needs to be a smidge smaller. But we'll go up like that. Lovely. And then... I need to guesstimate the inside using the ruler. Ding! I totally didn't rest for that rest, did I? I said it was break time and then I just didn't. We definitely had a 6:01. Did we? You're saying this like I keep track of this stuff, Pale. Let me just open Twitch, because I can see more of the chat that way. I apologise if I've missed any chat messages. I've been trying to monitor them on OBS, but it's such a small little window. I apologise if I've missed any chat messages. There's 2 of me! Monitor them on OBS, but it's such a small little window. There's 2 of me! I'm looping! There we go, much better. I got a McFlurry because fuck my colon. Of course you did. I don't remember deleting any. Me too. Fuck you, bot. Bot slur. That made me laugh. I have two choices for this card. I either paint a marigold or I paint a mole. Both have specific meaning. Those are like good sized bookmarks. I'm going to keep those. Both have meaning to the person I'm making this for. Okay, manual entry it is. That should be a quote. Okay, manual entry it is. That should absolutely be a quote. Stick this baby down. I think I'll paint a marigold. I think that it's going to go better with the yellow adventure theme. The one on Wednesday, I'm sure of it. I trust you. I trust you. How to paint and watercolour marigolds. That's a very pretty one. I kind of only wanted one or two subjects though. Let's take a look at what this YouTube tutorial says. It's like you use a pretty big brush and you start off with blobs. Yeah, this does go significantly better with the theme than the other one, but I can't really draw a guide here unless I were to draw a circle within which I keep the marigold. Which it would be like maybe nice oval shape there, leaning off to one side and the stalk coming down like that. That's the only real guide I can give myself for this. And then I need to mix up some lovely yellows. We're up to 607 on Wednesday. Where have they gone? Gone. I'm just getting some water. I use my dehumidifier water for watercolour. Do you know why? Eco-friendliness. Plus it's distilled. I do have to keep my dehumidifier clean. A jug of what is probably a lot of my breath water. Anyone? This water is distilled from the air, so it's probably a lot of my breath, a lot of my sweat, and some of my laundry. I don't know how, but I blame Nightbutt. Not Nightbutt! I blame Nightbutt for this. Is it not the Stream Elements butt? Right, let's get rid of the glue, and then we're on to paint. How's the drying going on this thing? Let's check. It's no longer tacky, but the background is still in danger of sticking to the back of it, so I'll keep it drying like this. So, some streamers that would market that stuff. Market what stuff? Nightbutt. So we need to start with a nice pale yellow colour. That's all. And then we start with some very small at the top centre of the flower with a pointed brush, quite thick, like this one. And I think I will paint this in very light colours first, and then I'll go for it a bit later on and really highlight what I do have. I think those are the colours that we're going to need here. Maybe the green for the stalk. Just getting some water on them. Wake up those paints. Yeah, this brush is exactly the kind of brush that she's using, and she's putting these very light dots at first. Just like that. Very condensed. Very small. To go for the center of the flower. The distilled breath and sweat water the laundry. Some people would market that. You're so right. Am I missing a trick here? It's not too watery what she's gone in with, but it clearly has pigment. It's fairly bright. Try and peel up a lot of this, and then we can mix a lovely bright orange afterwards. Okay, everybody, we're gonna pray. We're gonna pray. She's following a YouTube tutorial. We're gonna pray. I have more than one attempt at this because I don't have to stick this one in the card whatsoever, so I don't need to panic. Just a few dots for the center. That's the sort of thing that she's done. Then she's come out and done some larger blobs. That's all plants are, really. They're just blobs. If I do this correctly, this could be a really quick one. She goes around and makes them even bigger. Getting into the petals. So hard to make them not touch. Just put one up in the back there as well. More blobs, but coming out the front. She's brought this one down a bit. She's opening up the flower. And she's keeping that dead space, which I'm finding really weird. She's keeping the white. Have I shown you this? Runs by Jeff. Thank you so much for streaking. I enjoy the view. And thank you so much for the 10 stream streak. That is incredible support. Thank you so much. I don't know. You would have to do a hot dub stream first. You'd have to pay for it first. You naughty girl. You keep teasing me by saying these things and quote when the quote machine is broke. Gonna have to record them manually. You're gonna have to be my scribe. I mean, this certainly looks like a natural growth pattern here, but it's not necessarily serving marigold just yet. You know what I mean? But I have a few attempts. That's her marigold. Oh, she's done it She's done it quite small then. You can see how big I planned this to be versus how big it's ended up being. That's so funny. But a fairly simple process to paint. She's gone in and done these different ones down there. Facing in a different direction. Should we try and do some more? I mean, I enjoy what I've painted just there, but it's way too small. I can't just make a card out of this. Shall I hold the courage of my convictions and go for it? I think I should. What she's done while the paint is still wet over here, though, is she's blobbed in some much darker colour. Perhaps even a dip of red. So I shall do that while the paint is still wet. There's a little bit on this brush. She's put a dip of red just on these bits. Okay, I think my red is too... Okay, those bits have worked nicely, but the middle bits have not. I'm going to need to dab them and blend them. I need a dabber. Who has a dabber? I have a dabber. I wonder what it would be like if you used makeup wipes instead of tissue paper. To dab. Just to dab. Oh yeah, it works great. Doesn't leave any of that odd tissue papery stuff as well, which is nice. Your commentary on this vid has given me 7 so far. I can work out what the last one I quote commands. Jesus. 8 new ones to put in manually when the bot returns. Well, I eagerly await when the bot returns. I suppose I can make this bigger. There's nothing stopping me making this bigger. Is that another quote? That's more the orange that I was looking for earlier. She's managed to get such thin striations of it through the plant. I'm so not entirely sure how she's done that. But it adds a nice level of detail, so I digress. I don't know why I'm adding detail to this marigold now when I could just mess up the next one and need to start again. What is the point of me doing this? Definitely something attached to the end of this paintbrush which is messing me up a bit. Yeah, I like that. It's a nice little marigold. That's pretty close to what she's done. Who has a dabber? I has a dabber! That's better. Added semicolons to separate the quotes. Oh, nice! That's all plants are really. They're just blobs. So hard to make them not touch. Newt. Do this correctly, it could be a really quick one. She goes around and then makes them even bigger. She's done it quite small then. More blobs coming out the back. Should I get over my convictions and just do it? Beautiful pale. I can use the paintbrush on you. Yes, please. I mean, I don't even know what that means. I would never know what that means. But I need to get rid of this. This is no longer relevant now that I know the actual size. Look at my tiny little marigold. So if I'm doing a bunch, then I'll put another one up here. A front-facing one down there. Group of 3? That could be quite nice. It'll be small, just like the other one. I kind of wanted them to be bigger. I suppose I can make them bushier. They're a little bit low down. Maybe I'll put another one up here. Group of 4. Group of 4. That balances nicely. Okay, gonna try and paint the next few on my own. Wish me luck. I'm gonna load the paintbrush up and then wipe it a few times. Oh, this definitely is going on the Peppy playlist. What the heck? This one's great. Oh, this has way too much water in it. I can already see it's warping the brush. I'm gonna make this one slightly bigger, I think. Sorry, smack the mic. I'm always smacking the mic these days. It's because you deserve it. I think this is what she did with the other ones, where she had a good amount of water in the blodges, and then she just added bits to the blodges. It's not close enough together. Yeah, that's the shape I want. I like that. Okay, let's leave that as is. Let's come in with a slightly darker one. Oh, this one's playing with my brain because I'm doing it sideways. I actually can't figure out how to do it. That's a little odd. Brain doesn't like working sideways, apparently. Okay, the leaves are definitely... Sorry, not the leaves. The petals need to be bigger. Or the blobs need to be more put together. Like that one is like facing slightly more forward, so I may even add some more leaves. Let me go back to my little thing. One of these days, Newt, you're going to give in and accept the sinner you are. Not today! 610 is the new one. Ahem. The two of us, Newt. That's gonna... Nuh-uh. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. I just don't know what you mean. So they kind of come out and then go back like that. That's the shape we're looking for. That one's ending up as a bit of a blob, so I might leave that one alone for now. Then how has she done the leaf shape for this? Mainly just blobs. Honestly, she's a blobber. She's a blobber woman. So this one has to be fairly big and stunning. I'm definitely getting used to working with the different types of paintbrushes a bit better. She's done blobs all around. Like that. So far, liking this one the least. But it certainly does look like a marigold. Because marigolds are like, the best way I can describe them, it's kind of like how a kid draws the sun. Has that rough shape. And then I'm going to go in, underpaint with some yellow. On all of them, and then come back with some red. That seems like the best plan. Can my phone stop turning itself off, please? That would be great. That one's still got very wet paint. These ones aren't quite dark enough yet. Okay, that one's going to have no definition if I go in with that. Let's make a nice orange. The break time already? My goodness. Yeah, I'm running ahead. That is a nice orange. But we need to take a break. And then we're going to go in with the leaves and try and make them look fairly bunchy. But however they turn out, it will be unique and it will be mine. That is true, Pale. Jinx. Did I make the right call tonight, not streaming? I don't know, Jinx, you're getting to witness the carry-on quality innuendos Newt is accidentally spouting. Jinx. That's 624. Are you kidding? What am I saying? What am I saying, though? What am I even saying at this point? What am I even saying? Alright. I'm gonna go in and try and make these look a little bit more congruent. Something like that. Ren doesn't like working sideways, apparently. I don't like working sideways! Do what I mean, Newt's pale at knowing exactly what pale means. She's a blobber. Yeah, she is a blobber! That's what her art is, it's blobs! I swear! I'm not lying! Those ones are very different. This one's very different too. That one has a bit more detail. But they've done like shading on that one, which I do not have the skill to do. This one's already been added to the Peppy playlist. I like this. These are Mario Kart ones. I think I'll expand them as well. I want them to be slightly bigger and almost crossing over each other. She's done blobs all around. Yes, she has. I'm gonna try and sort my Minecraft skin out that I keep meaning to make one. Don't jinx! I had great fun making mine. I also like how I've brought it up the page as well, which is nice. I want it front and center. I know that I can do a lot with the card, but... Oh yeah, the border. Is it dry? Dry enough to press, I think. Methinks. So I shall press in the same craft book that I pressed the other one, because it's big enough. Everybody, let's pray. Pray. Hopefully it will turn out as flat as the last one. I got the image in my head just doing it. Nice! Good job, Jinx! The image in your head is definitely the best way. How did my phone lock itself? What did it do that for? I'm not a crook. Yeah, I think I'll expand them a bit, make them a bit bigger. It's obvious those two are facing that way, that one's facing that way, and this one is at the front, but I do want this one to look bigger because it is facing the front and therefore would look bigger, and also these would have a bit more oomph. Because I think marigolds even go concave. Obviously, I don't want to ruin what I've already done, but I'd be happy to add to it. Right, we're still on break time. Stretch your fingies. It does something to the tendon in my middle finger. It's not happy at the moment. There's a little bolt of lightning that's just shooting up there and also up down here as well. It's like... Pew, pew. It's definitely tendon because I've pinched a tendon in my little finger before. It's the only time I had to have two fingers strapped together to heal them. And it feels the same. It's got that fizziness. Alright, we go back to work. Everybody, let's pray. What do each night is pray? Let's expand these blobs. Thank you, timer. I already knew, but thank you. These ones have to stay pretty round, otherwise I'm going to ruin the perspective. These ones can for sure come out a bit. Add a few more over here. A few more over here. Marigolds have a huge amount of petals. I mean, they're tiny. Fairly sure this one is already on the Peppy playlist as well. Because all this void space is nice, but it's also completely unnecessary. Then make these marigolds my own. See, I like that side with all the little petals, and I hate that side. But there's not much I can do about that, because I've already painted it. Hopefully this person who I'm painting it for will love it anyway. I can't believe that paint up here is still wet. I like the darker colours. I'm sure I'm taking them away from being like marigold yellow, which is a colour named after the plant, but I like it. This is my party. And I'll cry if I want to, cry if I want to. This one's lacking a bit of that same, like, flare that this one has, and I think that's come from the petals up here. Some larger petals up here, just boosting up the middle. Because marigolds do go concave as they age. And then these bits coming out to the side. Help them match in shape a bit. Certainly not the same as what the woman's done online anymore. But it's my gosh darn party. That one, I like how furry I've made it look. Almost typed my sort code in Twitch chat. No, Bale! Strap more of you than 2 fingers knew. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? I'm enjoying this so far. Starting to look a little bit more like roses than I wanted them to. As I say, it's my party. If I want to make rosy marigolds, I'll do it. Yeah, I like the texture of that one. Don't like the colour of it just yet. I'll get there with it. Maybe I'll come in with a deep red and highlight the bottom. I like the dry brushing, making them look furry, because that's very distinctive of marigolds. They should look fuzzy. Bring out the furs. Alright, now this one needs to come way out and be much bigger and much fuzzier. This is the front-facing marigold. It needs to look like a complete sun. Again, need to come in with a deeper red and add more detail to this, otherwise it's not going to make any sense. I like those so far. They're definitely distinctly different. 2 seconds from getting cancelled. No, wait, I didn't mean it like that. No, wait, come back. Bring out the fuzz. Oh, that's getting added. God damn it. How am I saying? But what is it about plant painting that's making this so charged? Let's come in with this neon orange that I have, which is supposed to... It's labelled as red, which is just a lie. What color is this? That's a nice colour. Let's add those 2 tones undercut with yellow. All right, everyone, let's pray. So that one definitely needs more negative space. I'm even tempted to lift some of it off. But lifting off in watercolor can be a bit dangerous. Let's lift off a smidge of it. Okay, that's working. There we go. And come in with some different colours for that guy. Again, this one needs a dab. Very bright. Does not need to be that bright. And this bit needs to come off as well. This needs to be turned back into blobs. And we shall do so. So 2 of them have turned out pretty good, and 2 of them I'm not sure about. One of them I really like the side of it though, and I want to keep that. That one's still too wet to paint. Keep it like that. Never mind, it didn't even make a mark. This is too wet. Don't quote that. Oh yeah, that one's looking a lot better now that I've added the blobs. She's right about her blobs. I'll give her that. Okay, now leave it. Don't touch it.
Need to take it to the next level. Latex. We need to take it to the next level. Latex. No such thing as too wet nude. That is in watercolor. That really is in watercolor. Alright, now I'm not going to touch it for a bit. I'm gonna... not going to touch that one for a bit. I need to come in for this one and sort out the blobs. And then I do think I need to be slightly braver with the colour. Certainly the background colour. Because my harshest colour that I've used is almost the same as her background colour. That one's lost a bit of detail. That one's kept its detail. That one's losing its detail. That one's just a splodge. But I'm happy with the splodge. It's a good splodge. I think it would be a good idea to go in with the leaves next. Bring some continuity to it. She's been much braver with her splodges. Alright. Stalks and leaves, I do declare. She's done hers in a lovely dark green. I may go in with a fine liner even and add the details on the plants. Would that be odd? That's quite a common practice. I've never done it before. Right, mixed up the colour for the stalks. Found 604. It's easier to do with your hand. Yeah, it is. Almost filled in all the missing quotes. Nice! You are dedicated. Thank you, Pale. I appreciate it. Right, how have they done the stalks? They honestly kind of look like lettuce leaves. Let's get the stalks done before I do the... And then we'll add a lot of leaves to this. She's added the leaves, or she's done the leaves in a very, like... She's done them really, really close to the actual marigolds. So she's brought it out like, swing. And then she's got leaves coming off. Starting to look like bamboo. It's not meant to look like bamboo. She's done it kind of like that. That's a nice strong set of leaves right there. I want to keep those. Basroda! Magora, how you doing? It's quicker with the fist. No, wait, I'm just saying so many things. Stop it, stop it! That's a crimson and yellow. New doing up. I remember saying that. I never quite get it right, do I? One day, huh? Sorry, I'm going into focus mode, I apologize. I'm just really enjoying doing this right now. I do like watercoloring. I know that I'm not great at it, but the more you do, the better you have the potential to be. So someday, I'll be able to just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go paint a marigold. And it'll be so easy, it'll be negligible. How do we feel about those leaves? We're good. Had a shower. My friend came over real quick to take the bandage off. Ah, belly button wound looks pretty okay. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. You kidding? It looks amazing, better than I can do it. Oh, Lady Magora, you make me blush. You make me blush, you do. Thank you. 598 was a good one too. All found and up to date. Sweet! Not only am I a sick bastard, but so is everyone else. Who said that? Don't tell me that I said that. That's fake news. I'm gonna go in with this. I think I have a much darker shade. It's sort of bluey though. Do 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 do. But it's good for like rougher leaves. I'm gonna come in with this shade slightly and mix it with a bit of brown, making the muddiest green. See what we get out of this. Because marigolds are rough plants. Don't want to lose too much detail. What to add to, not lose. We're up to 632. So is that in 1 week have we done 32 quotes? Because that's insane work, if that's the case. Insane work from you, insane work from me. Insane work all around. Not fake news, it's in the quote command, so it must be true, Leonardo da Vinci. How dare you be that funny? Get out of my chat. Is that break time already? My goodness. Okay, how are we feeling about these marigolds? I know that they don't particularly look scientifically correct. Once they're dry, I may come in with a fine liner and try and neaten them up. I also may bring some leaves out from here. And do a little bit more nondescript stuff. You know what I mean? Like some leaves that would be hiding behind places that just come out as green bits. That I know some replays of the other streams. Hey, well, thank you, Pale. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Please do bang me, Newt. It was last Friday. Please do bang me? I don't know what context I would have said that in. Pleased that I did, but I don't have a clue what context I would have said that in. What do you think? These are my first 2 attempts at watercolours for cards. They're not perfect. But they are mine. I'm going to add a little border to this one as well, but it's going to be a border rather than a background. Don't know what colour I'm going to do that in. Yeah, be a lurk. All good, Jigs. Enjoy your lurk. Thank you for being here. Thank you for boosting the numbers. Please don't bang the table. Please do bang me. No idea what the context was, but sure. Let's do a little bit of... We'll make it warm. Let's do a little bit of the colour I've already put on the marigolds, but let's dilute it really far. And then that can be our little border. Got some yellow pigment as well. Make it really dilute. And then I'm going to put that... That might be a bit thick for me. Even more water in. Even more yellow pigment in. What's that? That's better. That's what I want. So it's going to be a pretty nondescript... It's not going to go over the back, but it is going to encroach on it. Didn't rub out my pencil lines. But that's okay, because they're going to be glued over.
They can take your world. They can take your heart. Cut you loose from all you know. But if it's your fate, then every step forward will always be a step.
And curve the corners so that it's kind of like in the middle here. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? And then I'm tempted to call that done. Sans fine liner. I don't know if I'm brave enough to go in with the fine liner, if I'm honest. What do we think? Cute? Little dowdy. I kind of like it. I kind of like that it's dowdy. And hopefully that will match up very well with the background here. Sorry, the outline here. Oh, it's stuck a bit. Okay, don't stick too much. Okay. Tiny bit stuck. You see? You see? I hope it works. And it's got a little more continuity than the other card. Peel this tape up. I see how soft the leather is getting that I have for my desk. It's getting old now. It's getting real old. I'm tempted to call that done, you know. Yeah, I'm going to call that done. So, here's how it will look. Yeah? Do we like? There's definitely pencil lines on it. Which is annoying, because I've got to rub them off. You can't rub away pencil lines from underneath watercolour, can you? Absolutely not. So we're going to have to cope with the pencil lines. It's pretty! Thank you, Pale! I may make the border darker to take away from some of the pencil lines. That's a risk in itself. If I added a smidge like that, that could cover it up. That could cover it up nicely. I think that's the closest we're going to get to covering it up. I like that. Gives it a little bit of a fade. So, we wait for both of these to dry, and then we glue them together. So, I clean my desk a little. I will need to put these in a place where they can dry nicely. I'll put the thing back in here. And I'll pop this on top. And then they can just dry. They can just do their thing. You can just do their thing. I'd like to plan another gift for this person. Or another gift that I make for this person. Which probably won't be a watercolour. But I'd like to plan it regardless. And in order to do that, I've got to go through my other craft box. So you're going to have to give me 2 minutes to get that craft box over here. So, crochet little guy. I was thinking about that. Some amigurini, or however you pronounce it. That's definitely not how you pronounce it. Because we made this little guy. He was fun. So this little piece was something that I planned for this person. But then I ran out of the correct colour of thread. It's not the favourite piece of cross stitch I've ever done. It's very large. I like the text. Text usually takes up a lot of space, so I had to enlarge the mole to go along with it. So I could finish that. But I no longer have the pattern is the issue with that. It's so narcoleptic today. Oh, hey, it's okay. We're here. You can seep. You want to seep? You can seep. Oh my god, I forgot we made a penguin. I forgot we made that. We never finished that. We never did finish that little guy. God, I need to sort out the craft box. Another thought that I had was a pouch. You know when you make someone like a little coin purse? I have some nice little colours for that. Got some ribbon. Hand stitching that's going to be quite difficult, and I'm not the best at planning. But I guess it would be a pocket, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Did I have the zip I bought for that? I planned a coin purse project. And I bought everything that I would need for it. And I threw it in the craft box and then didn't touch it ever again. I could make a little mole out of this colour. Little mole guy. A little golden mole. Okay, we're going into the archives of the craft box. I'm looking for a small paper bag. Why am I telling the box that as if it's going to hint? What if I made an amigurumi mole out of this colour? This is posh wool that I bought years ago and never used. And I would really love to use it up because I want more space in my craft boxes for other projects. Small paper bag. What do we have? Feels like buttons. It is buttons! And the zip, yes! What if I made a little mole with buttons for eyes? Is that very Coraline? None of these buttons match. And I just dropped one on the floor. Let's make an amigurumi mole. The coin purse project, this was the zip that was supposed to go along with it. It was going to be autumnal colours because this is this person's favourite season. But I don't think I have the time or the brain to plan that. And I also think it's more of a sewing machine project. So let's get the stuff we need out of here. Definitely going to need this. I guess a mole would literally just be like a bean. It would just be a bean, right? Am I crazy, or would it just be a bean? Okay. Buttons, wool, decapitated newt head, frog. Going back in the box. I definitely need to sort that box out. So. And I'll stuff it, because this is natural wool, and I have some wool roving, which I bought from World of Wool. Do you know, World of Wool makes... It's not super expensive. And that's what I love about it, because it makes making things out of real wool accessible. And so I got all of this roving, and I use a little bit for felting, and it's just so much more eco-friendly, and it really makes me happy. So let's make... We could even make one out of felting at some point. It will be marvelous. Let's hope so. But let's make a little... Let's attempt to make a little mole. You can see how long this has been sat in the craft box. Where is the end of it? Where's the rest of you? This colour is called Pinecone. Leather coin purse might be a bit simpler. I could do that with some scrap leather. That's going on the list of ideas. Do it! And having those ready-made and put on the website could be like... They could be the thing that gets your, like, less custom, but more, less custom order, more like, oh, what do you call it? When someone picks something out and then just buys it. I can't think of it. Mole amigurumi, here we go. Oh, some of them are so cute. Some of them are so cute. This is from ukfreepattern.com, which sounds promising. Oh, look at this baby. Oh, it's taken me to a wholly different pattern. God damn it. There it is. More amigurumi mole ideas. This guy. That looks so cute. You're just a baby cutie pie. My question is, do I want it to have, like, arms or just hands? I can't find a free pattern. A lot of these are like, they're very large. They're almost like toy size. I mean, I can try and make one up. But that's a jump, because I've only tried amigurumi once. There's one that's just a PDF. That one is like in the weirdly uncanny valley. I hate that one. Look at the state. I hate that. Oh, I didn't, Tay. Let me see. Trying to get this unemployment paperwork done so they pay out finally, and I have fallen asleep 6 times in the first 4 sections. Oh, Tay, bless you. You are sleepy today. Fur or some pillows be fine? Should I do some fur or some pillows be fine? Both? Can you do both? I am gonna try and make up my own mole. And it's probably going to be a terrible idea because I do not have enough experience with amigurumi to do this myself. But we love a trier. So I'm going to make a bean shape with a little bit of a waist in the middle. Or shall I make it really dumpy? Let's just see how it goes. Make it up as we go along. There's time to re-sew because this person's birthday is on the 16th. So we have time to do things. Look at me doing things in advance. Who do I think I am? Alright. We're on. We've got a magic ring. I mean, everyone has a magic ring, really. One stitch. Two stitch. Three stitch. Four stitch. Five stitch. 6. Which I think is how the frog started. You did 6 stitches. And then you tightened up the slip knot. And you started there. Where's the little frog guy? There he is. Get the instructions for this guy out. The Furby custom orders because it's pain. Added pillows on the inside of leather would be easier. That sounds completely valid. Absolutely. Do I know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch! Is that the energy you need? Do you need the energy? Increase times 6. 12. Yeah, I remember this. You went into every stitch twice. I remember that. Returned and I come back to magic rings. I figured it was called flared base receptacle. Alright, let's do our best with this.
You're lucky. Looks like my summer vacation is over.
Now, I know I'm supposed to go into every one of these twice. But let's just get 6 regular stitches out, which I think is what the instructions say for that. Wouldn't mind taking the little stitch marker that I have in the frog and using it for this. It's 2.
Sora, let's take the raft and go. Just the 2 of us. Huh?
This is 3.
Just kidding.
It's 4. God, it's so hard to start these projects. That's 5. That's 6. That's not even all the way around.
Deal? The winner gets to share a Palfu with Kyrie.
You know what? I'm making it up as I go along, so all we need to do is count. 7. 8. 9. 10. So we've ended up with 10. 6 and 10. Which is fine. It looks fine. It looks like it should. We need that energy at some point, but you asked along the lines of, do you know who I am while you were searching stuff? And the old quote was the first thing that popped into my mind. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch, when he's chasing Kitty. Oh, it smells like food. I have not eaten well today. Let's put 2 stitches into each one of these until we end up with 20. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Did you guys hear the news about The Wolf Among Us? 6. 7. I'm counting so I can't pause. But break time. 8. 9. 've done that wrong. No, I haven't. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. Sorry, I'm just counting. I have to get this right. 16. I've done that wrong. 16's supposed to go in the same hole. My hand is cramping. 17. 18. 19. 'Final stitch. One moment, please. I just need to sort something out. There we go. That's 20. Done. I just need to grab something. I has food! Pale, how dare you? Don't you mess me up. That line was added to the live-action movie because of the meme that originated from the abridged series on YouTube. I did not know that! I did not know that at all. Probably not the first time Newt said that. What, my hand is cramping. Can I grab you, Newt? Yeah, you can. Alright, I'm gonna take my little break now. Because I didn't take it earlier. I have food, which is lovely. Who wants chicken, peppers, and rice? Because I'm on the sick dog diet. Because I am a sick dog. Yum yum? You want? Anyone? Is Newt a hooker now? Yeah, I am. I'm so into mushrooms at the moment. They're so tasty. Didn't have a mushroom for like 5 years. Partially because of the special dietary stuff. And partially just because I got out of the swing of having mushrooms. I feel like you're either in or out of the mushroom phase. And this is courtesy of my mother, who has very kindly cooked me some food today. So, big up, Mama Newt. Very kind of her. I'm sorry about the scratchy noises. I have to cut them into little pieces for my little stomach. Yes, I would like to eat you, Newt. Num num. Huzzah, Mama Newt. Huzzah. Which part of the pool is your favourite? Them depends, I suppose. Mine too. What do you mean? I love the smell and taste of mushrooms, but the texture, I get that. They're very watery, and because they're watery, they can become rubbery. I get that. I feel like the texture of mushrooms has a very expectation versus reality thing. Depends. Oh, I see. Depends. For fuck's sake. I should have got that. I should very much have got that. This has turned into an eating stream now. Please enjoy me just eating. In your eyes and ears. My cutlery's so squeaky, I'm sorry. I love grilled fungus. I love grilled fungus. Don't worry, Newt, you a good girl no matter what. Hey, you make me blush. I'll accept that today because I'm eating today. That is because my mother prepared food today. This is not off of my own back at all. But I'm proud of myself because that is... The left side is what I was eating for about 2 years. Just rice and chicken. And the right side is both new foods that I've added back into my diet in the last 3 months. I'm proud of that. I want kebabs now. Yes. That's how I reintroduced them. We had a barbecue for my brother's birthday. And we did... I prepared chicken, pepper, mushroom kebabs. And I remember that... I remember the smell of them really tempted me. And I was like, maybe I will try this. And I tried them and they didn't upset me. And here we are. Most happy about it. Because it adds a lot to nutrition in terms of having something with colour, i.e. the peppers. And having something with all the vitamins and minerals that it does, like mushrooms. It adds a nice bit of variety. It's going to, hopefully, as my body can digest more, will see me very well into the future. I tried adding raw peppers in at first, but they upset me. My body did not like that. I had a lot of heartburn. I think my body was like, this is hard to digest, let's just overproduce a bunch of acid. Yum, 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 yum. I hope the cards are drying well. I put them next to the dehumidifier. So hopefully they'll dry pretty well. But yeah, I have to do fairly small pieces. Just to make sure that I'm not overwhelming the tummy. Mushroom, onion, pepper, steak, shrimp, chicken, cherry tomato. Ooh, Jeff, excellent choices. But don't the cherry tomatoes, like, melt on the barbecue? I'm assuming that you're making these kebabs in a barbecue. I may even have a soda with this. Or a fizzy drink. So much more light in my life than there used to be. Just food-wise. I think I'm gonna... Because I've been no red meat for a while. With the exception of going round to Jinx's. Because Jinx makes stuff with red meat in it. And I don't want him to alter the way he's cooking things. Because I'm not that fussy about it. But I've been low red meat for a while. I'm thinking about adding in some really nice cuts of beef. And making some beef stew. Because if I drink milk, I may as well eat beef. I understand the industry well enough. And so, I've been thinking about that recently. Making really nice, slow-cooked beef stew. Lots of herbs. Easy to digest, that sort of thing. No, Jinx. That's exactly what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to do that. It's just because you've helped me reintroduce red meat back into my diet. By not doing that. I need to be braver, because I've become a little bit... I have a few, like, food fears. And I think that just happens naturally when you have a gastric disorder. You start to think, you don't start to think like, oh, is it worth eating this? You start to like fear the pain that it's going to bring. And so it's good. And wear my leather. So exactly. If I drink milk and wear leather, I may as well. So that's the plan anyway. I'm going to start expanding into that. I also feel like in terms of eco-friendliness, I've lived a very low and eco-friendly life for a long time. And since I have this health disorder now, I feel like it would be good to rebuild my diet, but that does come at the sacrifice of being a little less eco-friendly. But to be honest, I don't fly anywhere, which is a huge factor. I don't fly anywhere, and I don't drive. I have these huge factors that I don't do. So I think I could afford a bit of beef stew. You know what I mean? Everyone has to play their part, but I feel like I'm playing 3 parts. Keep me in the loop for the can and the can't. At the moment, there's just like spice is a can't. And excessive dairy is a can't. And there's a few others that I'm not thinking of, but most things I'm alright to eat, but I'm nervous about eating. If that makes sense. It takes me slightly longer to eat as well, because I have to cut them up real small. Just because that seems to help my body. And I take my probiotic to help with the digestion. And then I also take a peppermint oil pill, which helps with any cramps. So my dinner times are sometimes more pill than food. Dinner tomorrow, chicken tikka masala. That sounds lovely. Yum 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 yum. Yum 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 yum. I think I'll make myself a hearty chicken stew, and I'll portion it up. Because I was on low FODMAP, and when you're on low FODMAP, you're not allowed to reheat food, because it ups the histamine level in the food. And so, I mean, fresh food is always better, but if I can make little portions of stew, then absolutely. I have a microwave. Put that with a bit of bread to keep my celiac results active. I had chicken tikka masala mac and cheese a few weeks ago. Oh my god. See, that Tay would put me in the hospital. Because that is both excessive dairy and spice. That would be very high on my no list right now. I bet it tasted amazing though. Someday, huh? Chicken noodle soup I considered. And also, not only chicken noodle soup, but if I made my own stock. There's a deal at Waitrose, which is ridiculous, where they offer, it's a meat deal. They offer a certain amount of meat, it's usually 3 products, for £12, which is fine until you realise that small chickens are included in that. So you can get 3 chickens for £12 from Waitrose, but because they're small, it isn't really worth it unless you're turning those carcasses into stock. And so I was thinking of getting those and turning it into a really nice stock. Freezing it. And then I would have a very nice budget-friendly, but also tummy-friendly food. But I think I'll have to do it when I'm home alone. Sorry about my slow eating. I will get on with the crafting in a bit. Right, Pale? Right? You can have me for dinner and dessert someday. Ooh, you're far too spicy for me, Tay. This pepper refuses to be eaten. I also got to take a few things that I've neglected to do since getting ill. I've got to book those in fairly soon. I need to go to the dentist. I don't have any aches and pains. And I don't think I have any, like, build-up of anything, but I haven't been to the dentist in, like, 2 years. So I gotta go to the dentist. And then I need to go get an eye test as well. That's where my sights are set for the next few weeks. Sorry about the scraping noises. Teeny bites. Make tummy happy. Tend to grab wings and thighs when they're on discount and about to go out of date, then roast them, then make stock. I prefer the darker stocks than the lighter ones. I also wish that English places, I feel like we're very, we have delicate sensibilities. I feel like it'd be really nice if they sold chicken feet. Chicken feet make excellent stock, and they're so full of collagen. But people can't get over that, like, ew, it's feet. You know, at Christmas when people get funny about, like, the necks that are left in the turkeys? I think that's so silly. If you're going to eat something, respect it. Understand it, respect it. I also keep all the trimmings from veg, freeze them, and then add them to the stock pot. Somebody did that. They were doing... I love watching those food on a budget videos. Especially at the moment, because there's no such thing as food out of a budget at the moment. Unless you're a millionaire. But, I love watching those food on a budget things. And he bought a lot of fresh veg. And then at the end of each week, he made a little vegetable stock and then froze it. And then he would have soups for the next week. And then he used, like, the little bit of meat that he did buy. He put that into the stocks and it was really tasty. Use that for the trivet and the gravy along with the organs. Use it all. There's a lot of peppers on this plate. I don't think I'm going to finish them all. Right. I shall eat my rice and then I shall carry on with crafting. Shredded 3.5 lubs of chicken quarters last night in an instant pot. Pressure cooked in water, olive oil, toasted sesame oil, and apple cider vinegar. After shredding, I saved that enriched stock. I bet that's going to be so tasty. What are you going to make it into? So now buy the part cooked bread, freeze it, and then cook from frozen instead of buying fresh. I do that, and it's so nice. It's ridiculously nice to have fresh bread. I haven't done it in a while, though, because we don't have an oven. But I used to do that. The, like, half-cooked baguette bread. Finish at home. So tasty. Hey, Brian! I'm so glad! Where did you publish? Well done, you. Adding the clones ramen for a future soup. Excellent. Excellent way to get nutrients into clone as well. Hey, well done, Brian. Great news. Absolutely, Tay. I'm just finishing off my food, and then I will get back to crafting. How do you feel about it, Brian? We're proud of you. Absolutely. Excited? Good. Good. I just put my thumbs up to the laptop like you could see that. When I do my fast pulled pork instant pot, I keep the liquor, reduce it down, and add a bit of black treacle. Ooh, molasses for the Americans. And some ketchup and turn it into the barbecue sauce for the pulled pork. I'm not going to go into so much detail, but that makes me aroused, Pale. I bet that's so good. Well done, Brian. I'm so pleased for you. Very well done. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let me open it. Beautiful. Make sure I'm on my That Right Woman account and then add it to my list. There we go. You'll come to the task in order to do so. Oh, yeah? What's that? Do I need to take care of myself? No. Don't make me. As you should be, absolutely. I've only got 2 pieces in it, but the winning the competition meant I wrote the dedication. Beautiful! Well done. Thanks, everyone. Good. I'm really pleased for you. I saw potatoes on your plate. You saw peppers. Peppers, and there was chicken rice. I have been unable to finish all the peppers, but I finished all the mushrooms. And I finished all the chicken and rice. Because I'm stepping up my diet a bit. But, even though I am doing that, this is my mother who has bought me this. Yum, 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 yum. What drink shall I have? I think we'll go for a classic. Never talked about the competition before. That's okay, Brian. I know there was a big thing going on in your life. The list starts with give me an address, get in the car, sit at my table, and be a good girl and clear the plate. You mean you'd pick me up and feed me? Now that's a chat-up line. Oh, okay. You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, the mic sort of picked that up. Friday soda! Woo! Friday soda make brain happy. See the ball gang in your mouth the whole ride. Depends how chatty I get. Yes, please, Pale. That sounds like heaven. Yes, yes, please. Alright, let's continue with this guy. So I've expanded into 20 stitches. So if I want to increase again, then I need to extend into 40 stitches. Unless I do an increase of every other. I'm not against going up to 40. It's going to be a lot to count. So count with me. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Quarter of the way there, 10 stitches. Woo! Gonna take little breaks every 10. Ooh, pouring rain outside. My favorite, Brian. We've had a lot of sunshine today, which has been really nice, but I missed a little bit. I want to have a little bit of rain. The fizz just went up my nose. Ah! My nose! Whole 3-hour drive? You meanie. And with the vibes and cuffs in place too. On the collar and clamps. Not sure the bar will fit in the footbell, but we'll work something out. The bar is good. That's all I'm going to say. Just expectant Dom on my Switch side plays that rolls. As long as it stops by 9 PM my time, that's when there's a big outdoor watch party for the World Cup. Oh, I've not been tracking the World Cup. Thank you for the reminder. Canada face Bosnia. England's expected team. Scotland forever! So live Canada versus Bosnia, and then Saturday, tomorrow at 2 PM. Wait, that can't be right. If it's 2 PM... No, that's 2 AM. So would that be 7 AM your time? The United States is playing Paraguay. I think the first one I'm going to watch is Scotland versus Haiti. I love international soccer football. Hell yeah. We did a sweepstake at work. I drew Jordan, so I have a chance at winning the wooden spoon prize. Embarrassed I'm to be an American right now. I don't want to pass off a major watch opportunity. Do it. All the fun has been sucked out of the tournament for me to thank the Cheeto. Yeah. A lot of people have been talking about the Cheeto in relation to the World Cup. So you got... Hang on, Pale. I'll track who you've got in the sweepstake. Jordan. You've got... Oh, God. You've got Jordan. When are they first on? They're not even listed. Yeah, scores and fixtures. Today. Saturday. You're fucked. I'm not saying you're fucked, but you're fucked. Ah, there we go. Wednesday the 17th, Austria versus Jordan. What looks like 5 AM. Want Scotland and England to do really well. Me too. All I want is the USA to go out in the group stages. Not because I hate the USA, because I just want to see the giant Cheetos reaction. For real, though. For real. Okay, I'm going to do another 10 stitches. I apologise if I'm not reading chat. 1. Well, 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19 and 20. Halfway around. Yeah, there we go. Now we're getting bigger. And then we're going to bring it up, and it's just going to be like a little bean bag. I'm going to try and give it like a little bit of a dip in the middle so that it looks like an actual bean. Like it has like that shape. I kind of want to draw the shape for you. But you do you know what I mean? Where it's got like this shape. And then I'll do the little feet coming off like that. And then I think I'll do the heads. Should I do the head separately, or shall I just put a nose on it? I think maybe just putting a nose on it would be cuter. Do you know what I mean? That shape. A little bean shape. Oh, there we go. We're on our break time. 2-minute break, everyone. Stretch your hands, stretch your legs, get some water, do your things. I'm not watching that. Oh, look at the score. I ain't watching that. I haven't really been able to wear my 3 USA jerseys casually. I hate that's happening here that much. I'm not proud. We had that a couple of years ago, but there was a little bit of a movement here. Some of it was unfortunately racially motivated, but I would say that the majority of it was well-meaning, where a lot of people started to put up England flags everywhere. And since then, I've noticed, especially this year, a lot of the major supermarkets are stocking England flag merch for the World Cup, which is interesting. I wish we could balance that pride for being English without the connotation of it being sort of like racially motivated and things. I wish we could have that. But I think there'll always be a note of it, you know? And so, I don't know. I used to dress up when I was a kid. I used to dress up when I was a kid, and I used to collect World Cup stickers, and I used to feel very happy about that. But I think as an adult, I will watch. Maybe that's it. BRB food is about to arrive. No worries, Pale. I used to get the current jersey every World Cup. Now I just can't. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just fuming a bit. All good, Brian. You work through what the hell is going on in your country. You work through that. Because there's a lot to process. The rest of the world can see that there's a lot to process. And the rest of the world knows that it really is not. It really is a singular issue of him. Ding! Back to work! For me, this feels like the most politically charged World Cup in my lifetime because we're co-hosting. Yeah, Brian, I suppose. Iran to do better than the US so that the Cheeto... That'd be so funny. We'll have a hissy fit. His stupid ICE agents detained Iran star player for over... Did it actually? Oh, that's so shitty and petty, isn't it? The EU made news as they are considering implementing basically ICE program. Lost a lot of respect for the EU in that moment. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's... We're not part of the EU anymore, Tay. We left. Which was a bit of a weird vote back in the day. Because again, I think the Leavers were motivated potentially for selfish reasons. But since we've left, the EU has made a few decisions that haven't been great. Mikey! Hello! Good to see you. Are you North? What are we on about? We're on about the World Cup and politics. So if you're looking for a politics-free zone, I'm sorry. But we're on about the World Cup and politics at the moment. And we're also crafting. So this is what I've made... Oh, it's across the room. Hang on, Mikey. Hang on. Oh, do you know what? That's dried quite well. I'm making birthday cards and a birthday present for... One of them is my mother, and the other one is another person in my life who doesn't wish to be mentioned on stream, but is special to me. This one's the one for my mother. We made that last week. And we are in the process of making this one for my friend, which will be another bordered birthday card with some marigolds on it, because I do believe that that is their favourite flower. So that's the purpose of the stream today, but we've gotten on to politics in the World Cup. And don't worry, you can talk about whatever you want, Brian. This is a free space. The local council took down the Union flags just before the storm we just had. They were worried the flags were released from their mountings during the storm. Storm's over, not been replaced. I genuinely liked them being up. It was pretty to drive down the road and the flags on the lampposts. Do you know what I loved? There's a big roundabout with a couple of A roads and B roads feeding it, fairly near where I am. It's a big roundabout. One of them prongs off into Oxford. One of them prongs off up to Pear Tree, which takes you into London. So it's quite an important one. And do you know what I loved? Is side by side, there were two lampposts. One of them had the English cross, the Remembrance flag, and the Union Jack. Right next to it was the cross, a Remembrance flag, and underneath that, a Pride flag. That was perfect. That was so beautiful that they held those two together. Those got taken down. I was like, oh man. Oh yes, me from the north. Good, Mikey. What kind of north? And completely optional question. You do not have to say where you are from. I'm from the UK. I'm from the south, but only just the south, closer to the Midlands, in Oxfordshire. Get me a south. BRB food is now here. No worries, Pale. Slowly getting there with you, Brian. I get you. Northernmost part of Sweden. Lovely. Well, hello and welcome on in, Swedish friend. Kind of doxed already. You know what? If somebody shows up to my door, I'll just let them in. It was like 8. She thought Sweden was called Swedenland. She confused it with Switzerland. Oh, bless her. God bless her. What a lovely, lovely little person. But. We are button. That year, there was Sweden versus Switzerland World Cup match. Was she like, why are they playing themselves? What is that? Okay, stitch number 21. 22. We're doing 10 stitches at a time, Mikey, because I have to count. 23. 24. Have I done that wrong? Yes, I have. I need to put 24 in the same stitch. Four. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29 and 30. Another 10 down. Another 10 to go, and then I think that is how big we'll make the main body. Because this is going to become its own like 3D thing. It's going to curve up and become a tube. So 10 more left on that. Back with Noms. Hey, Vale, did you hear what I said about the flags? I loved those ones around that roundabout. I adored them. I was heartbroken when they got taken down. And it was clear that they had been taken down, not only because I saw men up ladders, but also because they had all gone in a single night. Keep counting. Thank you, Mikey. I called it the Swedenland match anyway because it was too funny not to. Oh, Brian, it's so cute. Minecraft skin complete. Have you posted it in Discord? Congrats, good sir. Oh, that's slightly worrying. A moth has just flied out of my textiles box. Please don't eat everything. You get turned on my meadow. Only if I get a good view up their shorts. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You started talking about the roundabout and the doorbell rang. I was saying that there were 2 lampposts around this roundabout, which has so many people driving through it every day, and I loved it. It had the English cross, the Remembrance flag with soldiers on it, and the Great Britain flag on one side, and then it had the English flag, the Remembrance flag, and a Pride flag on the other side. And I just thought that was so lovely that they balanced those 2 out. Still not sure where I ended up. Sorry, me not English speaker. That's okay, Mikey. That's okay. We have plenty of people here with English as their second language. And you've ended up on the strangest corner of the internet, so welcome on in. And flailing Newt June the 12th. One day, I'm gonna come back to that author. Sorry, not author. I'm gonna come back to that, Brian, and I'm gonna think, I wonder what I said before that. I'm never gonna remember. My brain, after what happens on stream, stays on stream, because I can't remember. I do have an ad quote, but I think it's exclamation mark quote space ad then the quote. And I think there was a problem with it today because Pale was trying to add some and it just was not working. Okay, the final 10 stitches. That is 1. 2. 3. I hope I did that correct. Is 3 in a separate one? Yes, it is. I was about to do it incorrectly. I caught myself. 4. 5. Stitches get kind of small here. 6. 7. 8. 9. 'And the final one, number 10. Let me stitch mark this, and then as I start to do the rounds and make it a bit bigger, I'll be able to see exactly where I'm at. I hope that the stitch marker has stayed in here. Used to have a bunch of stitch markers. Anything? Yes, there it is! Thank you, Frog Kit. So that is now, because it's number 40, then it means that this one next to it is number 1. Or I have stitched into number 1. Have I stitched into number 1? No. I previously stitched into number 1, so that is number 1. There we go. So that's marked. So I can now stitch as far up as I want to go, as long as I end up aligning with this stitch marker as it goes. And I should be good. What's broken? I'm doing it by hand. Bale is doing it the old-fashioned way. He's churning butter by hand. Oh, you made a clip? God damn it. You a working man. I guess Twitch is the closest to MySpace we will ever come. I guess nowadays, yes. Uno momento. Palebot is stuffing face currently and will add quote to spreadsheet shortly. The spreadsheet is getting magnificent. Over 600. How is it already 9? That means it's 8:30 where I am. I've been live for 2 hours and 38 minutes. No, I haven't. I've been live for 5 minutes. Time dilation? Dimension expansion. No, domain expansion. That's it. Time flies when you're having fun. I really have had fun today. That's the excuse I give the ladies too. Pale. Diabolical. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. Groucho Marx. Add that to the quotes. Alright, here we go. So, I'm just going to start adding... I'm going to keep stitching and not add any more. Because that is 40 now. And I don't think I need to do another increase to placate the fact that I've come out this far, because it's already so loose. So now I don't really need to think, I just need to stitch. Oh, sorry, smack the mic. Not the mic, the camera. So used to smacking the mic that I thought I hit it. Spreadsheet becoming a spread quilt, big patches of quotes sewn together. 637 now, for God's sake. When will it end? Never is the answer. I was going to make a calendar with 365 quotes in it, but we've got more than that. I guess I can cherry pick the best ones out of context. I still think the funniest thing I've said to date on stream is when I was playing Minecraft. and I said Steve doesn't have any pockets, so I can only assume he's sticking all of this up his arse. That is the funniest thing that I've ever said, because I said it so out of pocket, and I didn't realise that I had said it until I had said it. It was completely unplanned. That was the one that probably makes me laugh the most. Holy smokes, right? When Newt wanna do slish slash, she do pew pew. Megora. That's gotta be Overwatch, right? Me debating whether to play Genji. God, I miss gaming. My old biddy is not up for it, though. Pew pew! Some parts of the bot work. So it can quote things back at you, but it can't add more? 365 quote calendar is so basic, bitch. Yeah, it is. That one, yes, I can only assume he's shoving all of this up his ass. That's canon. I think also because I agree with myself at the end. That's canon. It was such a silly thing to say. I'll take that as my funniest quote for 500, please. Megora, gentle bear hugs. Absolutely, Jinx. I got to play co-op Subnautica 2 on Wednesday. It was great. Smoothest early access game I've ever played. Is that because you got an early access code? Fail. So it can drop random quotes. Been released in early access. I'm not cool enough to get codes. I was gonna say, Brian, did you stream it? Brian, you be a streamer now? I'd watch. I've really missed Jerry this week. Jerry's been on holiday. And I don't think that Jerry notices super much, but I'm always lurking in Jerry's streams. And I've really, really missed her this week. Choice of Hannah, Lynn, Kelly, Mary... Is that a list of my crushes? How dare everyone? Who's Hannah? Swing! What are we doing? What are we swinging? Oh, we're moving? Thank you, Mikey! My limbs appreciate it. Only the recent ones that are trouble. Hannah Hannah Waddingham. Yeah. So Hannah Waddingham, Lynn Bayfong, Kelly Clarkson, Mary Poppins, Joe Frost, and Tigress. Okay, marry Tigress. Okay, hang on. Marry Tigress and Lynn. F Joe Frost, Mary Poppins, Hannah, and kiss Kelly. Oh, your Kelly! Oh, I was thinking of Kelly Clarkson. Your Kelly goes firmly in the marry pile. I forgot about that, Pale. Are you still writing that story? I want to meet my wife. There's me saying I would sort out the playlist today. I've just not. I've just completely neglected to do that. You know what I might do this weekend? I might take myself somewhere. I might take myself to the cinema. Or a nice bookshop. I have energy and I don't know how to spend it. I've not had energy in so long. Do I have my first knot? Yes, I do. No. Wife. Wife. Quote 4, mirror. That was so silly. I feel like the quote is like, the quote command is like 3 years old, but it really isn't. I feel like this stuff all happened fairly recently. Mirror. I'm so silly sometimes. Some movies coming out I really want to see. Supergirl, Disclosure Day. I can't go see Disclosure Day without my mother because she's really excited about it. So I could go see Supergirl, but I've not seen Superman. Would it be really sad if I took myself to an arcade? I woke up for this. Poor Luco kept dropping that same message. I woke up early for this. Poor Luco, man. Luco still lives in my desk drawer, by the way. You want to see him? Luco is my captive. Look at my son. Look at my son. Haven't seen Project Hail Mary? You must. I've been told by many people. Especially if you've read the book. The movie got it right. One of the best adaptations I've ever seen. Brian, that sounds amazing. Serena! Oh, it's so lovely to see you. How you doing? Dudes? Dudes? Shows up at the end of Superman for a hot minute. Isn't she the one who goes and flies around? This is a potential minor spoiler. Isn't she the one who flies around solar systems with red suns to get drunk? Isn't that one of her character quirks? Superman movie. Published author Brian Liu. Facts! Facts! The bees! I still haven't listed how much we raised for the bees in 2025. That still needs to be put on my little charity counter in the bottom of the about section. We've made a yarmulke. It goes on top of your head like this. I'm very tempted just to make a round shape and then to stick some features on it because it would be cuter that way. And I'm still not good at amigurumi. I'm okay at crochet, which is carrying me far. But I've never planned my own amigurumi before. My understanding is that a lot of them are just circles. They're just spheres. Hey, love frosting. Do you love frosting? Could be true. Dunno. Doing okay. I want to write so bad. But my one story I'm stuck on. The other ones I'm still outlining. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, can you clear yourself a little writing space for like 15 minutes? How are you? I am strangely motivated today. So our story for today is there are 2 people in my life with birthdays in June at the end. One of them is my mother. So I made this card for my mother. And I'm really proud of it, and I love it because I never do watercolor, and I'm proud of it. It's definitely homemade though. And I made this one for another person today, but I've not glued it all together yet because I was waiting for everything to dry and for everything to flatten, which it now has. So at the end of stream, I will glue this all together. But that's what we did today. We did some marigolds and we decoupaged this in one big piece, which I'm glad I did in one big piece because it makes more sense with the lines. So that was our plan for today, which we've already done. And so in the meantime, to make up the rest of stream, I'm going to try and make an amigurumi, which is basically like a small crochet toy. You probably know what it means. I've made a frog before. I'm going to make an amigurumi mole for this person because we have a thing about moles. The definition of published writer in it. True, Brian, true. Okay, I'm gone. All good, Mikey. See you later. Lovely to meet you. Been a fraud this whole time. Yes, you have. I wrote 2 chapters in my first book and posted chapters on YouTube as an audiobook. I'm so excited. Frosting, I hope that succeeds for you. I really do. Mutant has changed him to that author woman. I mean, I'm self-published. That's pretty. Thank you, Frosting. Perhaps. Ooh, you both look so nice. Thank you, Serena. I appreciate that. We've been getting along well with crafting, and we've been doing a lot, and I've been working fast. And I feel very motivated to do a lot of projects. So I'm doing 2 things. I'm trying to ride that wave of motivation, but not exhaust myself. So I'm in that area of being consciously slow, but not hindered. Because I don't want to exhaust myself. Risen with the tism, you know it. You know it. I am going to use 2 buttons for this guy's eyes, but it's going to mean that the eyes are uneven. So it might look a little weird, but I think he'll look cute anyway. Risen with the tism, then spasm with the gasm. We have the most beautiful quotes in this community. Oh, Jinx. What a majestic creature you are. This is going to be the biggest one I've ever made. I'm also doing this crochet without any pattern. So we'll see how she turns out. I'm so glad I don't have to count stitches for a bit. I just have to look at the shape I'm creating. He's gonna have such a big butt. Oh, is that our little rest? I think that's our little rest. That's me, baby. There it is. A rest to stretch the old fingies. I definitely hurt a tendon. It's a repetitive strain injury. From all the ladies I get. No, it's a repetitive strain injury from writing. I have this little fizzing sensation that goes down the right side of this knuckle and goes down there. But it also shoots halfway from my hand and down there as well, which just screams tendon pain to me. And I shouldn't be doing crochet with it, but I am. Oh no, it's too small. Newt being size queen. I cannot confirm nor deny these accusations. I cannot confirm nor deny these accusations. If you're doing fine work, stretch your hands. If you haven't moved in a while, get up and move. If you haven't drunk in a while, drink this. Sippy sippy. I just realised I'm using brown wool on top of a brown surface. You can hardly see this. That's what I've done. It does look like a yarmulke, doesn't it? I wonder if people make crochet yarmulkes. That'd be very easy. There's probably something against wearing, like, mixed materials, though, isn't there, in the Jewish faith? I'm just enjoying bringing up random quotes. Damn right you are. Big Drick's big... Oh, Big Drick. I miss Big Drick. I miss Baldrick. He was my boy. I might be a fairy. I'm not a fairy. Am I a fairy? I was coming to terms with something, okay? I went into Swamp Witch's chat the other day because there's been an announcement that The Wolf Among Us will be remastered, re-released, and the second Wolf Among Us game, which people have waited 8 years for, is coming next year. Really exciting. So she was playing The Wolf Among Us and I hopped in and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe the news. And then we started talking about Big B and how I don't know if I want to be Big B or I want to be with Big B, in which case I'm having a sexuality crisis. And and then she brought up the chart again, the furry chart. I felt bullied. And Chernobyl is on TV. Oh, my mother. She really thought that that might cheer my brother up. Your grandfather's got pneumonia and Chernobyl's on TV. I don't know this game. We're just throwing up quotes. Oh, The Wolf Among Us? Oh, The Wolf Among Us it's a detective telltale game where you play as the Big Bad Wolf, aka Bigby Wolf, Detective Bigby Wolf, and you're investigating murders in Fabletown, which are murders of creatures and people that are featured in fables and old stories and folk stories and things. Like, for example, your supervisor is Snow White, and your friend is the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. You have an ongoing feud with the Woodsman, who's another character. And there's 3 women who are featured in the story who are the 3 trolls who live under the bridge, that sort of thing. It's a really, really cool game, and I played it on stream before. But if it's being remastered and re-released, I think that my computer could run it, but maybe not the new one. But it's coming out next year. Snow White is a babe in that. I wish she was more assertive. She's a bit of a wet lettuce. She finds her voice in the end, I think. I really loved the ad that they released for the second one, where he's going into a drug den, which is run by Dorothy, the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and the Lion. It's just who came up with that? It's so inventive, you know? Of course you wanted to be more assertive. No comment. I plead the fifth. They're off to see the wizard. Exactly. And Bigby comes and knocks down their door and gets all wolfy on them. Great game, Brian. Definitely recommend it. And it's very story-based, as I have described. But it's really nice to have a game that's less gameplay, more stories. It's like a storybook. It's like a dark storybook. The Wonderful Wizard of Colombian Export. For real. For real. Why the drug den isn't run by the snail of Alice who is literally puffing. That's true, Brian! Maybe they couldn't get the license for Alice in Wonderland because they've not featured any of Alice in Wonderland in those fable stories. That's interesting. What's worse, being called a wet lettuce or a soggy teabag or a complete spanner? Do you know what the worst insult is? Tea towel. When someone calls you a tea towel, you tea towel. That's so disrespectful. I think... No, it's even worse one, Jigs, being outlasted by a lettuce. How many sprints are we doing today? We're doing 7. This is our final sprint. Because I do slightly different sprints for Crafting Club. Because they're just to remind me to rest my hands. But people can follow along and do... and co-work with them, absolutely. They're 25-minute sprints with 5-minute and 2-minute breaks. Does a mole have a different colour of underbelly? Jesus, Belle. Tap, tap, tap on the keyboard. You got this, Lady Megora. Let's look at what an English mole looks like. No, they don't have a different coloured belly. They just have a different coloured hands and snout. With a cute little nose on the end. Look at the baby. So, but they are oval shaped, so I'm going to need to make this guy quite long. I'm going to need to do a lot of these stitches. Just when I think I should be turning back, I should keep going. But I put the stitch marker in, so I don't have to count any of these, which is wonderful. Big up stitch marker. I might even make him weighted. Could fill the little guy with a little bag of lentils or something, so that the butt is weighted. It's a free-form plan. I can do what I like with it. It's nice that it's starting to curve up now. I'd say I've done three layers or 3 rows. This is my third, I think. I've passed the stitch marker twice, and this will be my third one. I do need some more light in this room, though, because my eyes are going fuzzy. Sorry, I'm just getting into it now and not saying anything. I'm forgetting I'm on stream. I should do a star-nosed mole and make half a pom-pom to go on the top of it. That could actually be kind of cute. I'll try a few different things because I don't have to commit to the add-ons. Because you never have to sew them on if you don't want to. Let's get the lights on in here. Getting dark. There we are. The light is on. Don't know why it sounded German then, but the light is on. See my DMs I said earlier? I apologize, I didn't hear. I have seen your DMs, but yes, I saw your latest message that I see what you're going for with them. Yeah, absolutely. Jinx, I'm writing on the fanfic again. I get you, Magora. Did you have a worse one? Bad, good, no. No, don't say that. I think if Tigress looked at me and said, I'm really disappointed in you, I would have a breakdown. I'm tempted to start this story, but I already know it's a bad idea. Do you think it will end up in the half-finished pile? I missed you. I really miss Bram too. Why hasn't Bram been on? Is Bram taking a break? I confess I haven't checked the Discord because I'm terrible with Discords. You already know that, though. I hope he's okay. I really missed you too, and I'm really missing Bram too. I miss Bram and Loomis. Went on a long vacay with his... Oh, yes, I did know about that. I assumed that he had come back, started streaming again, and then had gone again. There's me thinking time was going a lot faster than it has been. I hope he's having a great time. I hope he finds all the Pokemon. I'm a sad minion missing her people over here. You want to be my minion? Do you think we could steal the moon? And this minion must join us more often. Absolutely! He went away, came back for a bit, and then left us alone, unsupervised for a month. Honestly, how dare he? All the way in Japan! Does he know Japan well? Or is this sort of like a trip of a lifetime for him? I'd love to visit Japan at some point. I'm gonna stick out like a sore thumb, though. I'm not only tall and European, but I am blonde. This is true, Serena. You're always lurking. I see you. Monday, normally, but I know he was sick a few days ago. Oh, he had that travel sickness? Yeah, that's fair. A lot of people get respiratory illnesses on aeroplanes. They're pretty difficult on the lungs, not gonna lie. I'm having one of those moods where I could stream forever. I could just stay on here and continue my crafting for the foreseeable future. Hyperfocus who? Couldn't be me. Is it fun just watching someone crochet? I'm not part of a huge amount of crafting channels, not gonna lie. I started on Twitch joining crafting channels, and I was young at the time, and I genuinely didn't realise that I was following a furry crafter. I thought he was making, like, mascot suits. He was great, though. He was really sweet. And that was the very first person that I ever watched on Twitch. And then I moved on to cross stitches. And then I found Steffi, who was my first Minecraft Twitcher. And then I stayed around these lanes for a long time. It can be relaxing. Good, I'm glad to hear it. Do it. Hopefully Lumis keeps him warm and snug. Yes, I hope so. Did it wobble when you kicked it, Megora? Maybe. Keep rewriting these again or end up being a never unfinished manuscripts pile. I have come to accept my retired files. I've come to accept them. Maybe I'll pick them up again, maybe I won't. But I've come to accept that for now they are shelved, and that's okay. I think for every big story that I will write, I will have 5 ones that I will half finish. I think that's just the way that I function. It's our 4th row, so we're starting to get that. It's going to pick up and become its own tube. If you like and find crochet relaxing, I have a crochet blanket project that I have from Christmas that I still haven't started. But at the end of this month, we're moving from crafting into sketching. I don't know if anyone knew that. But at the end of this month, the crafting streams will end and become art streams because I want to learn how to draw. And I'm going to take a course. I wish I had the time, energy, and funds to do all of these streams as they're separate things. But alas not. He'll trip me into streaming. I really hope he does. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, you don't want to put on pressure, but also you're sad because you haven't seen them in a while. I know what you mean. Adulting sucks. It really does. Craft, art, practically the same. True that, Lady Megora. But I'm going to be drawing with pencil and pens and just taking a little course. I'm going to dedicate 1 month to anime type drawing. I'm going to do 1 month to realism, and I'm going to do another month into something else. And then that 3-month sprint will be done. And then the end of the year, the final 3 months of the year is, I don't know what I will do. I have a little plan. I have a small idea. But I'm not giving anything away yet. It really is like a yarmulke. I wanted to read yesterday evening and I read 4 sentences, fell asleep. Boyfriend wakes me, read 2 sentences, back asleep, and so on. You sound like you're having a day like Tay. Tay falling asleep a few pages into that form. You guys are tired. You need to sleep. I would be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, sorry, if this mole is going to take up over half of this wool. You get into such a rhythm when you're crocheting. Several times I have looked at chat and I have been crocheting with my hands and not paying attention. Muscle memory. I went on for 3 hours till he kicked my butt to bed. Good. Like my dad said, studying the insides of your eyelids. Lady Magora. Brilliant. Possibility for an extra stream this weekend? Yes, there is, Lady Magora. So, I need to figure out what the plans are because I have an inkling that we have some family plans on Saturday. But if they're during the day, then I can stream during the evening. And if there are no plans on the Sunday, then I can stream during the evening then. I will pick one of the days and I will drop it in Discord for you. Hopefully tonight. But we'll see what happens. We'll play it by ear. Extra stream? Yes, indeed. I'm going to be doing an extra stream this weekend just because there's time and I have energy. Maybe I'll be finishing off this mole. Holy moly. God, I love this wool. It's so easy to work with. And again, I ordered this like 5 years ago. It's merino wool. So it's really high quality. It's got like some silk in there as well. And I just never used it. I ordered a bunch of natural colours. I did an £80 order of wool 5 years ago. And I've not used about 60% of it yet. It just lasts so well. And World of Wool is such good quality. And wool is cheap. Actual wool is cheap. You can get a whole coat from a sheep for about £1.50. And that's because the wool industry is kind of broken right now. But people are turning back to see the value of real wool rather than poly fibres. And I think that that's really nice. It's much more biodegradable. It's not great if you have allergies, I must admit. Not great if you have allergies, but it's much better for sheep. If there's real value in wool farming, then the sheep get to live longer, they get to live longer, happier lives. And they're not going to miss their coats. Don't go to bed, otherwise be awake in an hour with heartburn. Oh, that's so relatable, Pale. Being old sucks. Get up and walk around for a moment. Hopefully that'll wake you a little more. I'm standing up at the moment. You're falling asleep standing up. Has anyone this week been well rested? Anyone in chat? Have any of you had 8 hours on one of the days this week? No. I had to get up at 6:30 for my dentist appointment today. Oh no! I was on Monday and Tuesday because I wasn't at work. Okay, fair enough. I've been in surgery Monday. How about no? I suppose you are asleep when you're under surgery, but you're certainly not resting. You're being cut open. Yeesh. Also, Lady Megora, your letter redeem. The letter is ready to post. I've bought the postage. I've stuck it on the envelope. I just need to go and drop it in the post box tomorrow. Though I may do it on Monday because sometimes it sits in the post box because there's no collection on Sunday and I don't want it to get wet. Happy hops. This is good. It's an artificial sleep. True. What is sleep? I hear it's for the weak. Don't let AI take over your sleep too. I feel like that's... I mean, not AI, but I feel like that's already happening with people taking melatonin. So they drink caffeine all day, which is a stimulant, and then they take melatonin to go to sleep, instead of letting their body take care of the chemicals that are needed to both rouse them and then send them back into sleep. I feel like that cycle's going to get broken, and I feel like that's... At the moment, people are like, oh, there's nothing wrong with this. But I think there'll be consequences down the line. A few generations down the line. Will be nocturnal or something. You went to Newt? Yes. Do you see the messages I sent about the wool and faux fur, Newt? No, I did not. What did you say? My wife asked me to take melatonin the other night because I was having trouble and I was like, babe, I don't want to feel groggy, right? Because it's the right chemical, but your body's not dispensing it, so you don't know if it's in the right amount for where you're at right now. Anesthesia intelligence? Anesthesiologist intelligence? I am in fact bad about caffeinated soda. Yes, Brian, yes you are, because you're a writer, so am I. I'll have a Coca-Cola. Does that count? I don't drink energy drinks because they give me headaches. Caffeine to calm me down and help me focus. Pale, your body is broken. My plan to make the faux fur, you can effectively do tufting, where you make long pile rugs with wool and then trim it and card it out. That sounds amazing, Pale. That sounds so cool. So you'd have like a fur version and then a hypoallergenic version? So that would be a really good USP, to be low carbon and biodegradable gear. That would be great. Because some of it, or a lot of it, is really plastic. It's all faux leather made out of plastic. And then faux fur made out of plastic. And then all of the stitching's also made out of plastic. So your USP would be that it would be completely biodegradable? Energy drinks are just chemical shots. Agreed! Those things are flipping dangerous. They are now. I feel like they've gotten stronger. Put the cap over your mouth for extra oxygen. They tell you to pick out a nice dream during surgery. You can't even pick one before you're out cold. They're just making you think about something. So that you don't panic, right? Want me to break your body too? Oh, Pale. Make you count. You never get that far right. Count down from 10. 10, 9, gone. Not something and I don't know what. There's nothing to smell here. What are you smelling? Is it like food from the next house? I get that, because my next door neighbors, I don't know what they cook, but I know that they can cook because it smells so good. Happens for O2, it's to make you breathe during anesthesia, I thought. Yes, that's true. They're trying to distract you. I was asked to count backwards from 10. I think I made it to 8. Exactly. Might be food from my neighbors indeed. Smells like spices. Good spices? Is there such a thing as a bad spice? Like Scotch bonnet? I think I'll do a reduction on the next bit because I think that this is a nice butt shape. I had to curl this in like that. That's a nice little butt shape for the little guy. So I would curve it in and then curve it out again and make a bump so that it looks like a bean. There's no such thing as bad spices. Holy crap, we quoted at the same time. Hey! Either that or anesthesia, because I don't know, I got the anesthesia through the needle in the hand wrist. I don't know the word for it. I think it's called a cannula here. Not sure what it's called where you are, but it's called a cannula. I've been cannulized a couple of times. They either do it on the inside of your elbow or the back of your hand. I prefer the back of my hand. They say that it hurts more, but it hurts less to me. An IV, yes, intravenous. Was that our timer? I don't want to stop crafting. I'm having fun. I'm chatting and crafting and having fun. I'm making a mole. Make that nice and tight. Yeah, that's coming up to be a nice little circle shape. Yeah, I like it so far. So, to recap, today we made a birthday card that we haven't glued it yet, and we've made the butt of what will be an amigurumi mole. So lots of good crafting today. I think that I will pack away, put my watercolors away, and keep going with this amigurumi just because it's going to take quite a while for me to get through all of the stitches because I want it to be fairly substantial. And I'm going to weight it so that it becomes like its own little book stop or something. I'm going to weight the butt in some fashion. Even if that means putting a stone in it. I want to keep going, but my time is up. Be up for surgery. Truth, usage to the doctor. They switched the anesthesia drug. They told him to count down. He went 10, 9, 8, and he woke up. He went 7, 6. I'm in a different room. Wait. Isn't that crazy though that the human brain can like pause and restart like that? So it's such an artificial sleep that you truly just wake up and you are the same as you were when you went to sleep. That's kind of reassuring, though, in a strange way. And I wonder if his usage was a contributor to that, or I wonder if that was just the anesthesia that they used. As in IV, not the number 4. It's a number 4. And keep going, we love you, I want to see more of this cutie patootie, but I gotta try and not exhaust myself. I feel motivated and like I could do this forever, but also my chronic illness will come and humble me if I'm not careful. I will be humbled. But that's really sweet of you to say, Lady Magora, so thank you. Really dread that English isn't my first language because I forget the simplest translations. That's okay, it happens. It's like those little words that you don't use very often, but are common enough that everybody knows them. But you don't need to feel bad about that because you don't use them often. When you've learned something, you have to keep using it, otherwise it goes out the window. I feel like when you've been raised with something, you can recall it back. I don't know, that's my opinion as someone who's never learnt a second language, but was pretty good at French in secondary school. Bonjour. What does your body tell me? That I should probably go pee? It's talking English a lot today, even though I don't know the words. The times I've stood there in complete silence because the word was just gone. Frustrating. I bet, Serena. I'm interested in the whole adrenaline side of things and how it affects the body and mind. Facts, Jinx. Do you feel like you're in adrenal exhaustion, Jinx, because you've been living... Because adrenal exhaustion is a thing. Criminally underdiagnosed. And it's when your body finds every day stressful enough to produce adrenaline from the adrenal glands, which are just above your kidneys, and they get exhausted, basically. You can have very weird symptoms to do with that. Adrenal fatigue is no joke. I just thought about when you said that about adrenaline and then the stuff you've had at work. Long time no see. Well, hello, Shreklock. It has been indeed. How have you been? It's a fact that genuinely happens when the drug interacts with users. According to nurses, it happens every time, and they can predict the waking minute. Just a weird interaction that is very predictable. Interesting. How's the crochet project going? Good, Shreklock. Did you see what else I did today? So this is going to be a mole of my own creation. I've already amigurumied, which is the name of the craft, a frog. And that's my only experience with the craft. So I'm giving it a go, but I anticipate I'm going to have to do this a couple of times because I'll probably get it wrong. What we did today was make a birthday card for my friend. Their favourite flower is marigolds, so I made them marigolds, and I did some decoupage in this frame. It just needs gluing, and then it will be its own card. And I'm really proud of it. I wish I'd gotten rid of my pencil lines because they're so bleeding obvious, but as a card, I'm quite proud of that. We did that first, and now we're on to this crochet project, which I'm hoping is going to turn out really nice. I used to be able to do German. All I can do now is speak the numbers. I can't remember the typing. That's fair enough. Exactly, Shretlock. Uncertain. Can't think of it, but I know the English translation. When I need English word, I can't think of it, but I know a Dutch translation. Ah, the frustration. No, just came in. Oh, did you get added? Oh, no, you haven't been added. Ad starts in 2 minutes, so it says. The frog is so cute. Yeah, it should be Hugo. Oh, it should be Hugo. That looks nice too. Thank you. It's going to be much bigger, and I'm going to make it like a big circle with a dip in the middle so that it's like a bean. And then I'm going to stitch on a nose and 4 paws. It will be very simple. All good, Jinx. It's been lovely as always. I agree. Enjoy the rest of your stream. You're all amazing. Thank you so much. Can't even recall my native language. Like, seriously? Vlamish. That's the language now. Vlamish. Let me just check something. Okay, there we go. Maybe working on some costumes and building up the content creation because I feel like something I want to do. Working on body positivity video and cosplay and how I work on my own body to feel well. I hope that made a lick of sense for anyone. Absolutely it did, Shreklock. My favourite character in all of media and the only character that I have ever wanted to cosplay is Nightwing. Nightwing is a very stretchy, six-packed, black-haired man. Let me just snooze the ads. I am blonde, very womanly, and I look a lot like a dumpling that's attached to another dumpling in a stew. Which is just how I look. I'm perfectly happy with the way that I look, but it's not very Nightwing. So I'd love to see those videos, Shreklock. And the perfect cosplays for the video and the content overall as well. Hell yeah! I had to talk to my boss in English today because we had a third person chipping in there, and I do find it weird sometimes, talking to people I can perfectly communicate with in Dutch and speaking English. Isn't there a quote from Sofia Vergara where people were making fun of how slow she talks in English? And she said, "None of you have any idea how smart I am in Spanish." And I think that that is so true because you can say a lot of meaningless stuff, but if you say it well, you sound very smart. There's characters, they all at some point wear the same white bikini. They have a different body fat ratio. Oh, nice. Look them up if you can and want. Absolutely, I will. Brian. You had maroon hair or something. That might have been... No, that wouldn't have been after I dyed it. That was years and years and years ago. We looked them up. Oh, queens! Absolutely. I love that also that she has wider hips than she has breasts, because a lot of people, if they draw a bigger figure, they often balance it still in a figure of 8. And that is a little difficult when someone has larger hips. Aw, look at you guys teaming up. You're co-streaming with some guy. That was probably Jinx. That was probably Jinx. That was the lighting. It makes Newt's hair weird. My hair is the colour of straw. It's kind of the same colour as that. Overwatch, I think? Mm-hmm. But I couldn't be more opposite to Nightwing, but he is the character that I would most love to cosplay. He makes me so happy. He's my boy. I wonder if it would come up. And my hair's long enough to get it under the camera. That's my hair. My hair's so long. That is my hair. I categorize it as blonde, but it's just brunette that has a bit of a blonde bit to it, doesn't it? It's gotten darker in recent years. You have blonde hair? You think that that's blonde? I have the same hair type. Yeah, me and my brother are the same. He calls it bronze. When it's in the sun, it's blonde. When it's in the shade, it's brunette. But yeah, that's me. Right, I am going to finish up for today. Shall we find someone to raid? Speaking of proportions of the female form, did you know that the shape of a guitar is modelled after the female body? Oh, as it should be! I did not, but it absolutely should be. It's blonde by hairdresser standards, yeah. New target, lose a lot of weight, get 6-pack, dress up as Nightwing for the meetup with Newt, and I would fall to my knees! I missed stream, I'm sorry, Shreklog. So I've actually been live for 3 hours and 33 minutes. And I'm usually only live for 3. So this was a big stream. Same as my sister, yeah. A lot of us have it. I know that I get it from my mother. Who is on? Yes! Speaking of Batman and Nightwing, we are going to raid Bat Penguin, who is building Lego Batman. She is building Lego Batman, the animated series, Gotham City, the panel that you hang on a wall. She is building that, and it is incredible. Gotta go home too, so good timing. Yo, Legos! My reaction, exactly. But we love Batsy. There are our messages. Forever have an S for me, fight me. Legos, not Lego. Been decided I can't go to bed yet. Yes, it has. But I have some thank yous. Thank you for chatting, for lurking, for being here, for everything in between. Thank you for your crafting ideas. Thank you for your writing ideas. Thank you for a wonderful week of streaming. You lovely, lovely people. I will be back at some point this weekend, hopefully. I will put in the announcements tab of Discord when the weekend stream is happening or if it gets cancelled. I think that it will happen. But I think that it's more likely to be Sunday. We'll see. What else is incredible, Newt? You. Uppy is also incredible. I typed that up by typing my hand in the wrong place in the keyboard. The fact that you spelled the wrong as well makes me happy. Never heard of Uppy, but I'm sure it's great. It's really good, according to Pale. Highly recommended. Oh, we're raiding in 10 seconds. Okay, we gotta go. I love you. Goodbye. It's been great to see you. And see you. We love Batsy. We're gonna build Legos with an S. Bye!